Hey everybody, this is the Snowman here. I'm going to be starting up a Darkest Dungeon run. Now, I've played this game before, but have never actually completed it. So, what I'm hoping to do is kind of use you all as an excuse to finally get through it on my own. Luckily that means that the ending will be a surprise, because somehow or another I've managed to not spoil the ending for myself, even though this game has been out for who knows how long. So, anyways, I'm just going to dive right into it. In this first video, I'm, Darkest Snowman is what we'll name this bad boy. Oh, no, I guess we're just going to name it Darkest. Whoops. Well, anyways, I'm planning on getting through this first tutorial mission and the one after that, unlocking the Vestal and the, I believe it's a Plague Doctor,
the old road.
Just to complete the generic
It
party.
winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside.
Oh man, I've
Leading
always loved
only,
Darkest
I fear,
Dungeons.
to ever more tenebrous
Aesthetic
places.
and the voiceover.
There is a sickness in the ancient,
I believe it's
hidden
Wayne.
cobbles
is
of the old road.
The voice
And
actor's
on its
name?
writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself.
You know, for as terrifying as that ghost is, I don't actually remember there being a ghost in this game.
Without madness.
Maybe that's just me not
The old
remembering or
road
not getting far
Take
enough.
it to hell.
All I
But in that
remember are
gaping
the
abyss,
horrible ghouls.
we will find our redemption.
So for those of you not familiar with Darkest Dungeon, it is essentially a kind of Lovecraftian-esque dungeon crawling turn-based game. So you go into the Darkest Dungeon or one of the 4 other dungeons in the area with a party of, I'd like to say heroic adventurers, but truthfully most of them have a background that matches the the tone of the game. So here you can see the basic controls, map navigation. You can move forth by clicking, or you can use the keyboard, which is what I'll probably end up doing. But you can move to one room, and then you can either click to move forward, or just, yeah,
The
D-ray.
hamlet is just ahead.
Don't ever backtrack. For those of you who are interested in this game, it really hurts your sanity.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion.
So this
that all
first
may
part
hear of
is
your
really just a
arrival.
tutorial to teach you how to play. I wish there was a way to kind of skip it, but at the same time, you know, doesn't hurt to show everybody who hasn't seen it before. Although why you would be tuning into my stream, or not stream, but recording to see it for the first time when
Press this
so many others have covered this,
Give
like
them
Bear
a
Taffy
quarter.
and yeah, God, everybody has really. Yeah, I don't know. But this first
nothing
episode,
unchecked.
unfortunately, is not going to
There is
be
much
the
to
most
be
exciting
found in
because again,
forgotten
it is
places.
just the tutorial. You get a couple of party members and then
Send
go on
these
from there.
vermin a message. The rightful
But-
owner has returned, and their kind is no
try and-
longer welcome.
Make it as exciting as possible. I don't really know how I'll do that. Maybe I'll just turn the torch off, but I mean, there's exciting and then there's suicidal. Ooh. You know, I'm not sure if it's possible to die on this first one. We'll stun him. I've never had it happen. I may be setting a precedent. It would be really sad if that was the case. But hopefully I can make it through this without being too terrible. Although, ooh. I don't know. I don't seem to be able to land anything. Yeah, I know you need a bandage. Let's just go for the kill then, I guess. No point in wasting stuns. And I really need you to land the shot. There we go, a crit.
Broken. Maintain the offensive.
Very nice. But yeah, it may be possible. Okay, speaking of, getting kind of low on health. Hopefully this doesn't end up similar to the culling for those of you who have watched just Into Its stream or videos. you probably know just how well our endeavors in the coaling have gone. For those of you who haven't, poor is the answer. Oh, shit. We do not need misses right now. With the bleed, that should be enough to kill him on his turn. Yep. There we go. So the first one, we got a debuff charm. Not the most useful. I'm pretty sure this chest is trapped, if I recall correctly. Bandit's trapped chest. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. And blight. So that's the first mission in a nutshell. It's really just an introduction. It shows you how the game works, gives you a little bit of gold, and sets you up with your first two party members, Reynald and Dismas. You always start with a highwayman and a crusader. And then the next two party members that you're guaranteed to get are a Vestal and I believe a Plague Doctor. So you kind of have to beat the first two missions before you can really start diversifying your team and trying to set it up for what you'd like to accomplish.
They are yours now, and you are bound to them.
So this part just shows you kind of all the story bits that you've unlocked. After you beat each boss, you get a really cool kind of exposition on how they came about.
Covered in the poisoned earth.
So
Awaiting merciful
my goal is to
oblivion.
try and do that, or is trying to beat each boss before the end of this, but we'll see if we can make that happen. Luckily, I don't have a time limit on it, I don't think. So this should be doable.
Now that the road is clear.
Now, we're going to dive right into the ruins with our
A mecca of madness
party
and
again.
morbidity.
So
Your
we'll
work
just set it up
begins.
and start provisioning. Now, I've never
Cost of
really
preparedness,
figured
measured
out the
now in
correct way to
gold,
provision. I always kind of go
later
overboard,
in blood.
which is not the best nor advisable strategy, but you know, we'll see if we can make it work. We'll do one-on-one. Whoop. And the other cool thing is that your party members will sometimes contribute starting provisions, so it can help you out along the way. But for now, this should be good. I don't think I forgot anything too important, and if I did, then, you know, what are the chances I get a full party wipe on the first level, or second level? Hopefully not very high. But the ruins are a level that you kind of want to bring in people that have blight. Bleed is kind of worthless here because everything is, for the most part, undead, or all the major players are anyways. Got a torch. We'll just use that.
In radiance, may we find victory.
I believe this is just, yeah, explore, so this shouldn't be too long. We only have a few rooms to explore. Ooh, surprise! That's exactly what I wanted. I should have checked his abilities before I got in here. Guess we'll go with the stun. Normally you don't want to spread damage out, but these guys are so weak I don't think it'll matter too much. Especially because Crusader has Zealous Accusation. And that's that. Nice and easy. It's unlocked. Okay. I was switching to the Highwayman for that because he has slightly better dodge, so on the off chance that it was trapped, or I got
Even
a bad
the
result,
cold stone seems bent
you know,
on
I could have
preventing
minimized
passage.
it. Ooh, should get the torchlight up. Another really cool and in some cases incredibly annoying feature of this game, with the light grenade there, is that all of your companions have the secondary bar, which is stress. It's not a good thing. It's not EXP. Which is what I thought it was at first. I was like, oh, they're gaining EXP. It's going great. And, you know, then I hit 100. And whenever any of your companions hit 100 stress, they go a little wonky and tend not to be happy with what's
Another
going on.
abomination
So,
cleansed from our lands.
you know, I got to that point, found out that some of your teammates can get abusive or psychotic, and things quickly spiraled out of control from there. Hopefully we'll try and minimize that through this playthrough, but
Great is the weapon
I make
that
no
cuts on
promises.
its own.
I like to do stupid decisions, such as
As the fiend
fighting
falls,
the Shambler
a faint
or
hope blossoms.
the Collector, when I've got no supplies and I'm almost all the way through a dungeon. So we can look forward to some deaths. Hopefully not real deaths, but definitely party deaths. The other fun part of that is, as I get subscribers, if I do get any subscribers over the course of this, I know I have mentioned my imaginary subscribers in some other videos, but I would like to name people after whoever shows up. For the most part, the ones that I start out naming will be after Just Into It, Capcom, and Lag Spike. You may know Lag Spike from Justin's other videos, but yeah, we'll go with known people first, and then we'll see what goes from there. I'm not too thrilled about naming someone after myself, because I tend to have really, 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 really terrible luck in games whenever I name a character after myself. They tend to die almost immediately, regardless of what I do. XCOM is a wonderful example of that. For some reason, naming a character after myself guarantees crits. Same with this game. Yeah. It only takes so many times of watching yourself be brutally destroyed that you kind of start thinking, maybe I don't want to keep experiencing this. You know, the existential crisis of watching yourself die in a video game
Their formation is
several times over.
Maintain the offensive.
No, actually, along those lines, I've heard that voice actors, like, for instance, I'm blanking on his name, but the voice actor for Drake in the Uncharted series can't play those games because, for any of those that either are familiar with the game, you tend to die a lot, and so he ends up hearing himself scream over and over again as he dies through his playthroughs, and that's a tad bit traumatizing, just a tad. So here we're gonna kind of just breeze through these first initial dungeons. As I said before, I've played this game enough to kind of know what I'm doing, and that does put me at an advantage, but at the same time, you know, there's not going to be much discovery for me until later on in the game. So, and also I know that I am playing a little silly. Speaking of,
missteps are the exception.
we should go back to default party order so that we're not playing super silly. Trying to balance talking and maintaining commentary while at the same time still, you know, doing in-depth gameplay. Whoa, that was a lot of items. Not in-depth gameplay. That was not the word I was looking for. I guess not stupid gameplay. Trying to be involved in both talking and playing, which is kind of new to me, so I hope that you guys bear with me a bit for this as I kind of sort it out and, you know, hit my stride as a broadcaster. I hope I said stride there. I think I might have said strive. Which is what I'm striving to accomplish this, but doesn't really fit in with hit my strive. It's not a saying. At least I don't think it is. So this will be the last room that we're exploring for this mission. Oh shit. These guys end up being incredibly annoying later on. Most people, in most video games, you have to worry about your health mainly, and that's kind of the primary resource that your champions have. In this game, it's a little bit different because stress can be as lethal, if not more so. It certainly cascades harder, where once you hit a certain threshold, it all just goes downhill from there. So we're going to use him for a pistol shot. Ooh, that did nothing at all. Luckily, we have the Plague Doctor, so we can start stacking Blight on the backfield. And here, I think I actually want to start healing, because my Crusader is getting a little bit low, and he is going to be targeted. And hopefully, this doesn't stun. Looks like we're good. Oh, that wasn't the stunning move. My bad. Perfect. The Plague Doctor gets to go again, so we're definitely eliminating the Bone Courtier, and we're going to be harming the Bone Arbalist a lot.
Unforgiving.
So, might as well eliminate that. Ooh, a crit. Nice. Continue healing. And hopefully this doesn't crit. There we go. Let's try and stun this guy as he hasn't gone yet. And we were successful. So as you progress in this game, your abilities become more and more effective, doing more damage as well as having increased likelihoods of, you know, stun chances or debuff chances, all of those things. Although you do have to be careful with continuously stunning somebody because they develop a stun resistance each time they're stunned.
Foolish horrors.
And that'll probably come more into play later
and
on.
driven into the mud.
I don't want to leave just yet because I want this chest. You gotta get your loot where you can get it, right?
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
Alright, so that was the second quest. I know I kind of just breezed through all of this, but I've started this game up multiple times and never finished it, so you do forgive me if I'm a little bit impatient at the beginning. I want to get into the meat of it where I can start crafting my own team and start naming people and then watching them die horrendous deaths through my own terrible choices and / or luck. Speaking of luck, Faded is very nice on all of these. Wow. Good start. Alright, so that'll be it for the first one. I will just start off by showing who we're going to be getting next time around. And then I hope to see you all for the next one. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a good evening, day, or whatever. I mean, I'm recording this at 12 o'clock at night, but hopefully you're all watching it at a more reasonable hour if you do watch it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, and if you liked it, leave a like or subscribe at your own will, and if not, then, you know, I'm just starting out. Anyways, have a good one.